Hi everyone, Matthew Stebbins with the Space Coast Homes team, and I am coming to you with a update of what is going on in the Brevard County housing market. It has been quite interesting because towards the end of 2025, the rates started coming down. People started getting a little more comfortable. People were expecting that the rates may get into the fives, and they did for a short bit, and they would bounce up and down. So it was kind of interesting. So a lot of people had been waiting, but things needed to happen for some people. So it's interesting with the data coming out because it's looking better and better all the time here. So I wanted to give you an update so you knew what was happening in the Brevard County market. So let me start with single family homes because I think that's I need to have single family homes, and then I'll do condos and townhomes. So single family homes, closed sales are up 2.7% here in the county. We had 839 compared to 817 a year ago. And then we had an increase of cash sales of 12.9%, which is kind of normal. Pending sales are up 5.3% going into December. New listings are up 6%, which is interesting. The median sales price actually ended up going up to 2.7% to $380,000 compared to a year ago at $369,995. So there has been increases in the median sales price. Things have still continued to go up a little bit. I noticed that people's buying power has gone down a little, compared to a little bit ago because the rates had gone up. Now they're starting to slip back down. You'll start seeing the median go up a little bit more and more. Traditional sales are up 1.5%. It's actually not normal. There's so many FHA loans right now that why not take advantage? You can get FHA loans and put a certain amount of money down. It's still cheaper than getting a conventional loan, so I get that. Foreclosures, they are up 150%. Sounds like a lot, but compared to that we had with 10 closed sales for the entire county compared to just a couple about a year ago. Short sales are actually have gone up. They have had 5 closed short sales in the county with a median price of $340,000. So that is not out of the norm. We actually, for a while, didn't have short sales or foreclosures because the real estate market was so crazy that if you were starting to go into foreclosure, you made adjustments, stopped asking so much money over what you thought was the value and trying to get closer to what you actually owed to get rid of it. So it really wasn't much of an issue. Now they're starting to come on because the market had slowed down for a little bit with that. And then some people have other situations. So anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that it's still a very normal, good market here. The interesting part is the supply of homes is actually down 7.5%. So 3.7 months is what we have currently. A year ago was 4 months. The yin and yang for Brevard County is about 6 months. So we are still towards the buyer's market sort of here, but because of the rates and some other factors, it has not been blowing up compared to other areas, but it's still been some increases. And they're actually forecasting single family homes to go up another 1.5% this year here in Brevard County on average. So that was single family homes. So townhomes and condos, we are a secondary market. So I like to give this information too, because some people, have condos or townhomes or are interested because we have decent prices here. So I like to give this up. So closed sales are up 20.8%. So from December 2024, so we closed 209 compared to 173. The reason for that is because of the rates coming down, and secondary market homes tend to cost more money to borrow money for, usually 1% to 1.5% more than the normal conventional rate. So now that they're coming down, people are starting to buy again. A lot of them have been cash transactions, so that's interesting. New pending sales are up 4.8% in December. New listings are actually down 5.1%. So it's kind of interesting on how that situation is going. The median price is up to $299,900 compared to a year ago at $287,500. So we've had increases in these secondary homes as well. And then months of supply actually is dead even, 7.1 months this year, 7.1 months a year ago. That's pretty interesting too. Traditional sales are up 20.9%. Nobody's really getting FHA loans and VA loans for condos. We've had some things where, because of the new laws, that it is harder for you to get an FHA loan or a VA loan, depending on how much percentage of people in a complex are renting. So that is interesting. So it's either cash or conventional a lot of times. So that's the reason for that. Foreclosures, REOs, down. There was 0% change, one closed sale, and a median sales price of $320,000. So that's actually pretty easy going. And 0 short sales have closed with townhomes and condos. So what does all this say? This is a lot of info and a lot of numbers, but what it's showing is that the housing market here in Brevard County and along the Space Coast is pretty stable, which is interesting. And on top of that, there have been increases. There are certain cities that have increased definitely more. And then some cities that have had little tiny decreases, but the average is about 1.5% last year of price increases all over. Now you're talking about Melbourne Beach, Indy Atlantic, Vieira, Merritt Island, all those had increases in like about the 5 to 7% range in prices. Some of the other ones had nominal increases. Palm Bay had a smidget down of like 0.07%, which was like nothing. Titusville was, 0.5%. So little tiny little bumps in numbers, but generally for the most part. Now that means the median sales price. That doesn't always necessarily mean that the values dropped. It's just what people are purchasing at this point. Generally, when the rates get higher, you'll see the median price come down of what sells, but it doesn't mean that the value comes down. So just understand the difference in that. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help. You can always call me, text me, email me. My name is Matthew Stebbins with the Space Coast Elite Homes Teams. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.